Have you ever wanted to have Minecraft jewelry that doesn't look like you got it for $2 on AliExpress? Well, I have, and I've taken things into my own hands. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is David and today we are making wooden Minecraft pendants using marquetry techniques again. Let's talk quickly about the designs. The only reasons I choose such a weird mix of mobs is because their faces translated well to veneer work and also because they are the only few I have the right colors for. So we have creepers, sheeps and slimes, which are going to be made in batches of 4. And as always, I have divided all the colors into individual parts so that my laser can cut them in separate colors. For those of you who don't know, when a laser cuts, there is always a bit of material loss. For this reason, I have made those parts slightly bigger than they should be, so that they can fit tightly together later on. For this project, I have quite an extensive selection of wood. Firstly, some black, white and green tulip wood, followed by some Kurdi maple, and finally, some dark green, salmon and light brown bolivar. The great thing about working on such small projects is that I really don't need big quantities, so I won't be running out anytime soon, at least I hope so. I backed the maple pieces with tape to give them more strength as the cut is going to be very thin on those woods. The rest doesn't need any specific treatment, so everything is ready to be in place. By the way, yes, I injured myself and yes, I placed some extra tape on the bandage so you don't have to see that red dot. Who would have thought a honeycomb bed could be so sharp though? Anyway, stay safe out there. And without any further ado, let's leave the laser do its job. I'm cutting at a speed of 150 mm per minute at 10% of power, and this is a 20 watt diode. When cutting veneers for marquetry, you want the laser beam to be as fine as possible, so 10 watt and 20 watt lasers are a good choice for that. Our machine yielded a big bunch of parts, which I now have to sort. That being done, let's start assembling. First thing first, I lay some tape sticky side up on my workspace to hold all the parts in place. Then the grids come first, as they will be the reference point for the rest of the pieces. Now the tedious assembly can take place. It's very precise work, as you want the perfect fit, but it's actually my favorite part of the journey. Well, actually that's not true. My favorite part is holding the final product in my hands and patting myself on the shoulder for a job well done. Well, let's hope so. For each batch, I have prepared 6 layers of veneer of the design's main color that I will glue on top of each other. This will give the pendants a thickness of anywhere between 3 and 4 mm. Half of the 6 layers have the grain going vertically and the other half has it horizontally. This ensures that the final product is strong and flat. It's now time to let the glue do its magic. I'm applying a thin and homogeneous layer of glue on the bottom layer. All the surface needs to be brushed or the veneers might split when dry. I am now placing the 6 remaining layers. I alternate the grain orientations to get the desired strength effect. This procedure is a bit time sensitive as the glue has an open time of 8 minutes before it starts to dry. And with 3 designs to cover, it's like I'm working under pressure. Phew! I made it on time. I can now place some non-stick paper on the tops, close everything with tape and cut the sheets out. Last thing left to do for today is to place those bad boys in the vise and patiently wait for 48 hours until the glue is as dry as my mouth after saying such a long sentence. It looks like everything has cured, so let's see that up close. Our 3 batches look dry and flat. It's about time we free them from this tape prison. Taking the tape off is a crucial step. Go too fast and you might rip some of the veneer away. Go too slow and, well, I actually never tried this. Next, I'm rubbing the sheets to remove the excess of glue so that the surface is nice and smooth. Let's now slowly but surely sew those parts. I'm using a scroll saw with a fine blade to get a clean cut. The last thing you'd want is to give this creeper an accidental eye delete. But then again, if it can't see you, it's only better, isn't it? Here's the loot, we can now let the sew rest. However, those little pendants are far from being able to take a break. Let's give our creeper a new haircut. I'm rounding up the edges using a belt sander because I like the look better and also because it would probably be painful to wear the pendant otherwise. Now that it's not edgy anymore, let's make it smooth. I'm using 120 grit sandpaper to do most of the work, then 240 and 400 grit for the finishing, and finally 800 as a chef kiss. Let's give that creeper a minor brain intervention so that it can hold a hook and hang on its future necklace. Oh yeah, while you were watching the last shots, I actually sanded and drilled all the other pendants. That means it's time for the last part of their creation, a few coats of clear acrylic paint. Alright guys, that's it for this one. I loved making these pendants. You can find them on my Etsy shop if you love them too. There will be a link in the description. I tried to make this video a little more concise because after I watched the other one, I found it a little bit too long for comfort. As always, if you enjoyed the content, do not hesitate to like, subscribe, and most importantly, give me some feedback. Until next time, cheers and keep creating.